What's going on, guys? My name is Perky, and today I'm bringing you a review / introduction to the game Warframe. Now, it's a free-to-play game on Steam. It's basically co-op, and if you've ever played Mass Effect 3, it's kind of, or Mass Effect in general, it's kind of like that. So, if you like that game, you'll probably like this one, because it's a third-person, kind of over-the-shoulder style shooter, which I never was a big fan of, but I found myself to be really addicted to this game. 114 hours in about a week, no big deal. So, like I said, it is a free-to-play game, which is pretty cool. Another thing that I like about it is that it's a relaxing co-op game. You know, I'm so spoiled by Black Ops 2 being so terrible that, you know, moving on to this game was actually a fantastic change of pace. So I don't know if it's just that I'm in love with the game, or that I'm so sick of Black Ops 2 that I decided to get addicted to this one. Now I'm going to throw out some pros and cons for this game. Now, we're going to start with the pros. Like I said, free-to-play and relaxing. It's only co-op, which is kind of a con, but for me, I really like that, because the PvP would always be stressful. It's always like, you know, it's always a skill-based thing, you know, versus player versus monster. It's just, you know, once you learn the sequences, you'll win. It's really not that hard. So it's nice having something that's so simple, but at the same time, there's nothing to strive for, to improve, to get to the PvP level that I need to be at. So that kind of sucks, but it's also a good thing. One thing I love about this game is that it's got constant updates. Like, they've got a one-day turnaround when their patches mess up something. You know, in Call of Duty, we're getting like 2 patches a year. Now here, they messed something up in a patch, the next day they had a fix out. That doesn't happen often in the gaming industry, so that is so awesome. Another thing that's pretty sick is the diverse characters. You can play how you want to play. At this point in the game, a little bit of a con here, is that there isn't really end-game goal. There's kind of like, there's no endgame boss, like no badass to actually go after and team up and kill, you know, one of those bosses that needs a lot of skill and a lot of teamwork to figure out. It's kind of one of those things where pretty much any character can be used at any point in the game and do just fine. But that being said, you can build your character how you like. Now there's going to be another video coming out showing mod fusion introductions and basically mods in general, but your mods are what make your character do what he does. Basically, if you want your character to be tanky, you can throw on some tanky mods on there. You can throw some damage mods on if you prefer that and just crank those up. And it's just a lot of fun that way. You're farming for mods, farming for new drops, and you can upgrade your stuff as you see fit. Another thing that I like about this game is that it's not really pay to win. A lot of the free-to-play business model games, they are. Like, you'll have microtransactions that basically change the game. So if you pay for this gun, or this sword, all of a sudden you're better than everybody, and it's the GG button. So that's one thing that I like about this, is that you don't ever have to pay. You can get everything in this game just by playing the game for however long amount of time. It's pretty cool that way, and it's just kind of like it's more of a convenience thing. Paying actual real life money for this game, it's more of a saving time, because the way they do it is that in order to build new characters, new weapons, new whatever, it's going to take real life time. Anywhere from 12 hours to 3 days. You don't have to be logged in for that time, but it's just going to take, you know, that amount of time. And you're going to be sitting there waiting, so if you want it faster, you can pay your real life money to rush that build, which is kind of cool. I like the way they do that, because you can be patient, and for those that aren't patient, they can, you know, make some money off of them, get their costs back. I could care less if somebody next to me bought the same hammer that I had farmed for. Like, if I spent, say, 12 hours to get this hammer, and they bought it the day they got the game, that doesn't bother me. I don't care. I didn't spend my real money, they did. Like, that doesn't affect me at all. So that's kind of one thing that kind of you have to work through in your mind, if that's going to bother you. I don't see why it would, but it might for some people. And there are no real game-changing things that you have to buy with real money. Anything that actually changes your experience in the game, that's all possible to get farmed up for. You can just get that through game time. But if you want to make your guy look pretty, for example, you know, stuff that doesn't actually change the game, that costs money. Which is another cool idea. I like that because it's not going to affect your gameplay experience at all. But if you want to look pretty, you're going to have to chip in a little bit. You're going to have to pay the developers back, which I actually completely agree with. I think that's a perfect way to do a business model, a free-to-play business model. I think they're doing it right, and I love that part about this game. Now, moving on to some more cons, you're going to see in this video, when I swing my hammer, motherfucking screen shake. Oh my god, that is driving me insane. It's a headache and a half. If you swing your hammer, especially against bosses with, like, heavy weapons or whatever, they're going to be swinging hammers too, and eventually you've got no idea what's going on. You're just shooting and pushing buttons randomly. It's the biggest problem I've ever seen. And since it's an open beta, it gets glitchy, so sometimes multiple screen shakes happen in the same second, and like I said, you've got no idea what's happening. And the worst part is that it's not just your screen shake that happens when you swing the hammer, it's your entire team. So your entire team kind of gets annoyed with you, because they can't shoot, they've got no idea what's happening, and it just becomes a big old clusterfuck. So that's one of those things that I really, really don't like. It is still an open beta, we have to be very generous with that, because they have a lot of work to do. They're putting a lot of work into it. They're updating at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times, 4 times. And, you know, I respect that. I think that they're going to change it. I just don't know when. And I'm really hoping they listen to the community, because nobody likes that. Another con is that there is no storyline at the moment. Now, the basic storyline is that you are basically a supreme fighting race, and then these aliens have invaded the galaxy, and your job is to awaken from your dormant lifestyle and then come back and get rid of them. Which I guess is cool. They can expand on that, and I know for a fact that the developers have said that they want to. It's just I don't know when they will. So that's just one thing. And like I said, guys, the biggest con is that it is a fresh open beta. It's growing quickly because it's an awesome game, and so it's getting hit hard with traffic. So there's going to be a lot of bugs. We got to work through that. It's a fantastically fun game. I hope you guys jump on this with me. If you do, my name is Perky. Feel free to shoot me a contact request on there. P-E-R-K-Y, and I look forward to seeing you guys. I know there's only a 4-player maximum in co-op, so I might be full a lot, but I'd like to be able to meet some more people in Warframe. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. My name is Perky. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.